This is how Miss Angie feels right now. All right, y'all, it is Monday, and I have a little bit of an upset stomach again today, so not feeling super great. And the bell is already rung, so I'm scrambling to get my class together because I gotta go outside and get my class. Also, my flags that I've had hanging up for a while decided to just give up, so that's nice. All right, y'all, it is the end of the day on Monday, and it has been crazy. So during my prep time, I was kind of scrambling to add cards to the math activity that we did in my class last week, the spring soup. So I added a couple extra cards, which is awesome. So now I feel a little bit more prepared, and there's also a different level so that it is a little bit more differentiated. I also stayed a little bit later today. It is a little after 4:30, and the reason that I did that is because the parents came in today for a viewing. We watched a video of our summative assessments for the last unit. I know that a couple vlogs ago I mentioned that my guys were recording their puppet shows, plays, and book readings. So this was the parents' opportunity to come into the classroom and watch the video of their child's performance and the performances of the rest of the class. It is always a really great experience when the parents come into the classroom because they're able to really see what we've been working on. So I stayed after a little bit because I was talking to my grade partner a little bit about the student-led conference things. I am working on designing the packets that we will be giving to the parents that explain the activities and can help guide their child through showing them around their classroom. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to finish those tonight. Hopefully. If not, I will be able to finish them during my prep time tomorrow. But it is really important that I get these done as soon as possible because the other two pre-K teachers are going to be using the same form as I am. So hopefully tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, I will be able to show you what these sheets look like for the student-led conferences. But either way, they will need to be done by Wednesday because that's when they're going to be taking place. But anyway, I am tired. I stayed a lot later than I intended to, so I'm gonna pack up my stuff and I'm gonna get out of here because I actually have dinner plans with a friend of mine. So that's it for today. Busy day already. The bell has gone off, so I gotta go get my guys. All right, y'all, it is the end of the day on Tuesday, and it has been just an insane day. We have our student-led conferences tomorrow, and it is when the parents come in with their child, and the child shows them around the classroom and walks them through activities and kind of explains what they've been learning. As you can imagine, in pre-K, this can be a little bit difficult because just getting them to talk is a challenge. The other pre-K teachers and I have devised a way to guide the parents without having them do everything for their child. Last night, I was up until about 1 o'clock in the morning, just setting up a template that I could send to the other pre-K teachers so that they could put their activities because we're not all doing the same thing. But here is what I have come up with. This is a question sheet that all the parents will get. It has questions about the daily schedule, about the job chart, and about circle time. So they will ask their child the questions and then write in their answer. And I have them write in their answer so that I can be sure that they are engaged with their child, that they are listening to their child, and that their child is actually responding. On the next page, we have descriptions of the spring soup activity and also the word egg, I forget what I'm calling them, surprise word egg puzzles that we've been working on for the past 2 weeks or so. So the parents will get the full description. The kids already know what to do, but if their child gets stuck, then they can help them out. Going along with those, we have 2 cards that I put on the table. There is one alphabet card and one number card. So they use these at the literacy and math table in case they cannot identify something. And on this page, you will see the stuff for the exploration table, just a general free play table, a little description about that, and we have the bonus, which is the shoe tying. So at the exploration table, because that is our next unit, we are gonna be putting, I think, 3 different things for them to explore. They will have kaleidoscopes that they will get to look at with their parents, and they will get magnets and paper clips that they will be able to manipulate. And today, my grade partner and I, we worked on these little I Spy bottles. So they're filled with rice and little tiny things. You can see a little Lego right over here, and they basically shake them up and see what they can find. The last page has the reflections. So we have the child reflection here where it talks a little bit about our learner profile and how we feel when we are in the class with mommy and daddy. They will be able to share their feelings about their own SLC. Down here, I have a place for parents to see what they learned about their child's school experience and what their favorite part of the conference was. I'm trying to keep it positive so that they reflect on the good things that their child does at school. Now, I struggled a little bit with the child reflections because reflecting is a really complex concept for 4 and 5-year-olds. So we broke it down into a little gross motor activity. We have 4 different faces. We have sad, we have sleepy, we have happy, and we have very happy. So I am going to be putting these faces up on my board, and I'm going to be taping them relatively high. And the point of the reflection is for the kid to identify the face that shows how they feel guiding their parents through their classroom, and then they will jump up and tap the face. Last year, I had them coloring in a sheet, and I could tell that they were really antsy, that they were exhausted, and they didn't really want to sit down for one more activity. So I thought I would mix it up this year and get a gross motor activity so that they were encouraged to jump around and be silly. Another one of the main challenges that I found with student-led conferences is that some of the parents don't understand what student-led really means. In the past, I had parents get it confused with a parent-teacher conference, which this is not at all what we are going to be doing. The parents do not really get to talk to me. They do not get to ask me questions. I am in the room just to observe. And I know that that can frustrate parents that have questions and concerns and are just itching to talk to me. So for that reason, I have these little cards, and on it you just see that they have a space where they can write their question, their concern, and then their child's name. And then when they're finished writing their questions, they get to put it in the box. And after the conferences are all done, I will go through the box and I will email the parents directly, and if they feel the need to have a meeting, then we will schedule it from there. So that was kind of a crash course in our student-led conferences. I know that I went through that super quickly, and the reason for that is that I'm tired and I just want to go home. Once again, it is after 4:30 and I am just staying here later and later and later, and I need to stop it. So I am going to quit while I'm ahead, because I know that if I keep trying to do stuff that I'm just going to get sloppy. So I'm going to pack up my stuff and I'm going to go have dinner because I do not remember having lunch today. So I will check in with you tomorrow. It's over. It's done. I survived. All right, y'all. So we are officially done with student-led conferences, and I could not be prouder. All of my guys did a wonderful job. They were all incredibly focused, and the parents were so supportive and they were so sweet, and they were really excited to see what their kids are up to. But I am 100% exhausted, and I wish I could talk more, but I'm out. It has been a day. Hopefully tomorrow I will have time to talk a little bit more about how the conferences went and just reflect a little bit, because it's a lot to process. I am going to get my stuff and I'm gonna get going. It is the day after conferences and I have no energy. The bell rang. I gotta get my kids. I'm moving slow. All right, y'all. So it is about 11:30. My assistant teacher has just gone upstairs to collect our class from PE. I was next door with my grade partner and we were just going over some ideas for some more literacy activities, because the eggs have been really great, the puzzles have been really awesome, but it's time to bring something else into the mix. So we were just brainstorming a couple of things that we could try, and I think sometime early next week, we will be getting together to actually gather the things that we need for them. I am sitting here on top of my tables. We flip them over because we need all of this space for, what are we doing today? Dancey Dance. So we are gonna be doing some dancing, or actually no, we just had PE, so I think maybe we'll do some like meditative yoga just to kind of calm them down. So if you're wondering why the tables are looking all weird, that's why. I feel like I'm talking really slowly because I am just so tired. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. Student-led conferences always takes a lot out of teachers. It's a lot of preparing, and even though we're not really actively engaging with the kids, we are observing, we are taking notes, we are rushing around, resetting the centers. So it's still a lot of work. And also, it's really sunny and warm today. Like, it's in the high 50s, low 60s outside, and there is so much sun just pouring into my room, and I just feel like a cat that just wants to curl up in a sunspot. Anyway, my guys are gonna be coming downstairs shortly, so I have to get them over to wash hands, and then we will be able to do, what'd I say? Yoga. We will be doing yoga. All right, y'all. So I am literally the worst this week. I feel like I've had no time to actually vlog. It is like 4:45, and once again, I said I was gonna leave here before 4, and it's just not happening. I don't know what my problem is, but I'm gonna be getting my stuff and getting out of here. I just feel like I have no brain function left. I am exhausted. I am tired. I can't think. I can't talk. I just need to go home. And I think one of the reasons that I honestly can't hold a thought in my head is because it is beautiful outside right now. Like, I'm in a short sleeve shirt right now. Instead of sitting here in a stuffy classroom talking to you about my day, I am going to get my stuff and go sit outside in the park because it is amazing out. But I promise that I'm actually gonna spend some time tomorrow talking about what I've been doing, because it has actually been like a really interesting and exciting week, and I feel like it's just flown by. So I will check back in with you tomorrow, because right now I'm gonna go out and enjoy the sun. Okay, y'all, so I am running around trying to put my room together because the bell rang. I am running late, and the reason that I'm running late isn't because I overslept or anything. It is because I was upstairs talking to one of the first grade teachers because they have a project about cycles, and what they're doing is looking at baby pictures and seeing if they can guess who they are. So she sent out a whole thing asking teachers to send in their pictures, and I was one of the teachers that sent it in. And I stopped by thinking like, oh, I have 10 minutes, I have time. And I've just been looking at baby pictures of my coworkers, and now the bell has rang and I'm late to get my kids. All right, y'all. It is a little after 11 and I'm officially on my prep. My guys are going to the playground. That's maybe like a 10-minute walk from here with my assistant teacher and the other pre-K 4 class. So I'm hoping that they're gonna stay out a little bit longer and enjoy the day. I'm actually sitting on the floor and I don't really know why. For some reason, it just seemed comfy and cozy, so I figured I'd give it a try. I feel like I have been doing the worst job of vlogging this week, and honestly, I think it's because of the weather. The weather is just too nice right now. Like, I laid in the grass at the park for like 2 hours yesterday, and then I went home and immediately passed out. Like, even just sitting in the sun just exhausted me. It's been so long since we've seen the sun in this country that my body was really desperate for it, and it now doesn't know how to function. But I do think that my brain is working at least well enough to explain the new literacy game that I threw together yesterday. I decided to make a set of alphabet kaboom. So the way this works is you have a bunch of popsicle sticks, and you can see that I have some letters on some of them, and on others, I think there's 7 of these, they say kaboom. You put all of the sticks in a cup, and we've tried it a couple different ways, but the way that my guys have been enjoying it the most is that we play in groups of 3. So somebody starts and they pick out a letter and they identify it. If they do not know which letter it is, then they use the alphabet card and they sing the ABCs and they figure out what letter it is. Then we move the cup to the next friend. So the next friend goes and picks out a letter and they identify it, and it moves to the next friend. And we keep going and taking turns and pulling out the letters until we find a kaboom. So the kid that picks out the kaboom, if they have 4 letter sticks, they have to put them away. So they lose all of their sticks when they find a kaboom. The great thing about this game is that it's really encouraging my guys to identify their letters more quickly, because I found in other activities, my guys will just sit there and just be like, I don't know. And they're not really motivated to identify the letter using the alphabet card. But by putting this in a little bit of a quicker format, when they do not know the letter, they immediately snatch the letter card and try as quickly as possible to identify it, because they really just want to keep the game moving. So this game was kind of a little bit of an experiment for me, just because I didn't know if this format would work in pre-K, because it is usually a fast-paced game that you play in like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, but it is working, it's really helping, and my kids are really enjoying it. And the great thing about Kaboom is that it doesn't have to just be for letters. I am probably gonna make a set for numbers as well, and I can even do this at the beginning of the year for color recognition. I can just make a whole thing of colors, and that would be a really great way to get them used to the format early in the year. So my guys' recess time is technically supposed to end in like 5 minutes, but I don't really know when they're gonna be making it back from the park. I feel like I haven't really been productive in this break. I was just talking to the pre-K 3 teacher, and I've been sitting and talking to a camera for the rest of the time, so I haven't really accomplished a lot today. But with my last 5 minutes, and hopefully more if my guys come back a little bit later, I'm gonna get started on designing a new literacy activity. I'm not really sure what it's really gonna look like, but I might as well just get started and see how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my laptop and get started. Okay, y'all, so this is the activity that I found. I thought it would be really awesome to use this little format of letters and stamps to help my guys with the uppercase and lowercase alphabet. So the uppercase ones are going to be here where the address is, and then the stamp will be the lowercase letter that matches. So I have tried to find this link to these things, but every link that I have found is dead. So I'm gonna try and make my own. So I've decided that I am going to try using Canva to make the basic template for these letters. So wish me luck. All right, y'all. It is the end of the day and it is like 20 after 3. I told myself that I would be leaving by 2:30 today and that did not happen. And it's not even that I really had a lot of work to do or anything. I was working on those little letters and stamps that I showed you earlier, but it wasn't super critical. The reason that I ended up staying was because there was a barbecue outside. I saw my headmaster bringing out the grill from the garage and I was like, what's this about? And he just said, come back outside in 30 minutes. So the other pre-K teacher and one of the first grade teachers and we went out and had a burger and some soda with the DP classes, so the high school kids, which was kind of bizarre because I'm not used to being around them, they're not used to being around me, but it was a really nice experience and it was nice to just go out and enjoy the sunshine with everybody. But while I was waiting for the barbecue to start, because I still had about like 20-30 minutes, I ended up cutting out all of the little postcards. So you see we have like the little return address here, and where like the address would be, we have the uppercase letter, and the stamps are the lowercase letters. So I'm just gonna take A here as an example. So I'm actually gonna take these home with me over the weekend so that I can add Velcro here and on the back of the stamps, so my guys will be able to match up the uppercase letter and the lowercase. And what I like about this format is it really solidifies the idea that the uppercase is the big letter and the lowercase is the little letter. And I think seeing the actual size difference will help make that connection with my kids. So that's gonna be my project for the weekend, just getting the Velcro on the postcards and the stamps so that I can do that on Monday morning, or introduce that on Monday morning with my class. It's late, I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I say that every week though. I have most of my stuff packed. I am going to grab my bag and I'm gonna go enjoy my weekend. Bleh. I have no idea why I'm sitting on the floor right now. It's not the same pink. What was that? Wow, wait. Having it set for numbers and also, ooh, it fell over. What am I actually trying to say? I don't know what is going on with my brain this week, but it is just not working. It is a little bit, actually, let me check. What time is it? I like filming over here. I think I might try to film over here a little bit more. What do you think? What am I talking about? So that's my, another one, let me try this again. It's been such a long week. I feel like this week has been like a month long. That was a lot to say. Missy Angie. Yeah.